Okay, hello everybody, and this is my next video. Like, I'll be talking about folders, and I made this application. It's called application. Couldn't find a better name, but yeah, it's called application. So you can edit it, and the same application, when I preview it, it actually just shows a few things. Like on top, there's a list view, though it's invisible because I haven't yet input anything because it's part of the example. And there is a text view, then there is make folder. Make. Then there is folder exists and is folder, and I'll explain what all those things actually do when you click on them. But firstly, I will when I was talking earlier, I was talking about the list being an empty list. Well, this is the same list, and the first thing that we'll do when we're working with folders, it's actually this aspect known as uh, uh wait it's actually called list folder. Yeah, list folder. And what list folder does, right, is that it returns a specific directory of that same list. Like where if you input something, like for example, uh let's say you just input the external folder, it returns everything in the external folder or in the internal folder, as we say. So yeah, and in this case, we'll first start with the internal folder, which you can call upon it by using the SD card, this one, and we can just assign it a variable. Like maybe let's call the variable I don't know why. That's like, okay, let's give it a more sensible name. Okay, okay, yeah, so let's just give it a variable name known as okay, file. Okay, it makes no sense. Let's just call it lst. All right, and then we'll give the list an lst, and the same list folder actually returns a string which has comma separated values. And when you call this, when you run it, as you can see, the list will now have the internal directories, files, as we say, or folders. So yeah, that's that. And now we will try to make we now go, as you can see, like I made a button known as make, and it runs on a function known as made. Yeah, a button make runs on a function known as made. And what the made will do, it will actually just make uh a certain folder that will actually name, and then the same folder will exist in the sd card, or not necessarily exist. Let's just try to name that folder. Like we'll get the text from the input, get text. We assign it a variable known as this uh known as I, actually. Yeah, and a variable that is assigned and code within a function, it's actually a local variable. That means it doesn't exist anywhere except in the same function where it's called. So yeah, we'll get this, and then we'll just show a pop-up that it was created. So show pop-up, and we just call it we just said this was created, so that we actually are late when it's created. So yeah, that's that. So and then what folding does, right, is that okay, we use the folder which actually asks if that folder exists, and then we'll show a pop-up. So a folder exists, it's similar to files, like the file exists, but it's folder in this case. Folder exists, and then we'll check if that same let's say input the text. Yeah, if that's whatever is in the input, and then the get text, input the get text actually exists. Get text actually exists, and if it does exist, it will show a pop-up known as true, and if it doesn't, well, it won't show anything. So up the show text, the show pop-up, show pop-up. Okay, let me just put a space here, then show pop. Okay, don't know why it's not okay, show pop-up. Like I'm putting everything in one line because okay, basically you guys can actually do this. You can separate it so that you make it look more code like. But yeah, so it will actually show a pop-up to check if that certain folder exists. So without further ado, let's get started. Let's try to create something. So firstly, we'll check if a folder known as we'll check okay, we'll make a folder known as, okay, let's first try to check if sd card. Let's try to check if droid exists. Droid exists. So we'll try to check. Oh my god, let me check out what error have I made. I guess it's back to making the syntax more attractive, because unfortunately it's just giving me warning. So oh, I get the warning. Okay, show pop up. It's actually show pop up, sorry. Yeah, it's show pop up. So let's try to check if that same folder exists, and in this case it's /sdcard.droid, which we'll try to check if droid exists. Okay, so let's try this. If it and the store does like it doesn't exist, but let's now make that same droid. We make it, it's created. Now let's try it again. It does exist now. I'm not sure if it will show, but once we refresh and go back, it will actually show. And our droid folder, it's actually okay, it's actually here, our droid folder. Like, so it does exist. Okay, so now we've just created the same droid folder, but we have this other function known as is folder. What is folder actually does is that it checks if that specific folder leads to another folder. So yeah, let's try to call the same one. Let's try to call the same. Okay, we use the same input, like we'll call another variable, or rather we can just call it from here, input dot okay guys, okay, just to cut down time, let me just copy this. And as you code, you discover like most of your coding will actually be copy and paste. So yeah, let me just copy this, then paste it in here, paste. Then we just change this to, instead of folder exists, we just change it to is folder. So yeah, that's that. It will just get that, and then it will also retain the directory. So let's check if our droid folder actually leads somewhere. sd card / then droid. And if we try it, yeah, it actually leads somewhere. It's a folder which actually leads somewhere. But yeah, that's that. And what you can do, you guys, can actually do more. Like I'm trying to keep this video as brief as possible, but check out other issues on the documentation of the same folder. It's actually found in the files. Yeah, you can actually check out other things that you can actually do, like what you can do with the same, with its functions, actually, as we say, or with its methods. So you can check out if, yeah, you can actually check out a lot of things. And yeah, I guess that's that. And other thing that they're actually basically the same. Like, you can copy the folder, rename it, remove it, and let's just run this and then see what happens. Okay, I don't want to run it because I can just delete most of my files. But yeah, you can actually copy like similar syntax to files. Hopefully you've watched this files part, because it's really important. They're just similar. Like, you can copy, rename, but don't forget, when you're renaming, it's actually used for both renaming the folder and moving the folder. So please don't forget that. And you can also delete it, specifically whatever you want to delete. Then you can actually do a lot of things, you guys. You can also zip it and other things, but the most important things that you guys actually have to use, I mean, that I personally use and love, it's the list folder, because it actually gets the same a particular folder's directory and then retains it. And is folder, which checks if that folder leads to another folder. Yeah, I guess that's that. Yeah, because with just this few information which I'm giving you, guys can actually make your own file manager, which is really cool. Like, I recently made the file manager, but unfortunately, when I formatted my phone, I deleted my code. So yeah, it kind of hates remaking the same folder, but later on I'll actually make another file manager and actually show you how you make it. But without further ado, I guess that's that. And you guys, hope you got one or two things. And if you're not clear on a certain thing, please do inform me, inbox, text. And one last thing, as always, let me just delete this folder because I'm afraid of what it can do. okay because it's deleted. Okay, You guys, as always, don't forget I don't know, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, you guys don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if we check if that's a folder, it will tell us, oh no, no way, if we try to make it, it's created. But why is it created? Well, you find it in the assets folder of the same application, and it's not here, it's actually in the assets folder of this same application. So yeah, you guys, that's that. Thank you very much.